Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to install a D.I.D 520 VX3 X-ring chain. This is from CRFs only. They sent this to me to make an install video. This gold X-ring chain is a lot stronger than your factory chain. It should last you a lot longer. Mine still has the factory D.I.D chain on this, but this is a D.I.D VX3, which is a lot stronger, and it has X-rings, which are a lot better than the O-rings. We're going to take and install this. This is a 120 length, so we'll have to cut it off. But the cool part about the 120 lengths is, depending on your sprocket configuration, if you get this size, you really can't go wrong. You can just cut it off to fit your bike. This will work on a lot of CRFs, not just the 300L. It'll work on 250L. Anything that takes a 520 chain, this is going to work. So we're going to take this out of the box, cut this chain off, stick this one on, and we should be a lot better off than we are with the factory chain. I've actually had one of these on every CRF that I've owned, and they have held up extremely well. They actually do not stretch, nothing like the factory chain does. Let's go ahead and get this installed. I will post a link to crfsonly.com where you can check this chain out and get one for your bike. Super cool place to deal with, really friendly people, and they have everything for CRFs. Okay, this is a good time to inspect your sprockets and before you replace this, because you do not want to put a new chain on bad sprockets or old sprockets. One way to check is to pull out on your chain if you have a lot of movement out and you can see the gap in your teeth there. You probably need to replace your sprockets front and rear. crfsonly.com does have the sprockets front and rear also. You can even change the size while you're at it, but my sprockets are good, so we're just going to change the chain. Okay, so the way I'm going to do mine is I'll just take an angle grinder. I grind these pins off, 2 pins, so I can take this link out. If you have a press, you can actually press those out if you have the chain tool. I've always just used a grinder. It works really good for me. I grind these off. I can take a screwdriver and pry the side link off, and it comes right out. So make sure you wear eye protection when using one of these, or if you use a Dremel or something to take these out, you want to use eye protection just to be safe. Just like that, I grind it down to where the heads of the pins are totally gone. That way it makes it easy to pry it off. Then I would just take a screwdriver. You could also use a chisel and then just pry this link right off. You can see the top coming off there, the bottom coming off there. This could be hot if you didn't give it a chance to cool down, so be careful there. Just like that, and our clip is off. We will take this, and I want to leave this one on, and I'll show you why. So it's also a good time to check your front sprocket, as I showed you on the rear. Mine is actually good because I have such low miles on this motorcycle. Okay, when replacing this, you can order a link. This actually does come with a clip style master link, which is the one I want. You can also get a brad style master link to where it has to be bradded, but I always like the clip style. As long as you take care of these, install them right, you should never have a problem with these. These are very good master links. So there's different ways of installing this. The way I do mine, it seems to be pretty simple to me. I don't actually even have to remove the front chain guide to do this, as long as you know your sprockets are good. I take the new chain and I'll stick it on to the link that I just ground off. So once I have the new chain pinned to the old chain, you actually don't even have to have the link clip on here just to do this part. Then you can take and very carefully, as long as you're in neutral, just roll it and feed your new chain right on around the front sprocket and back to the rear. So now I bring my chain back to here. Once you get it around to where it goes, you want to make sure you got all the slack out of it so it's back to pretty much like the stock chain. And you want to make sure which link to cut, so you cut the right one out. We're going to grind these pins off just like we did on the other one. Very simple to do. Move this part out of the way. So this is the one that I need to grind off right here. Just like that. Now we need to pry off this side plate. Yes, I know my hands are getting greasy, but I'm not a glove wearer like a lot of people. I've mechanicked all my life without gloves, and I guess I just continue to do so. Like this. You can save the X-rings off this, but there's no need to because your new Master Link will come with new X-rings also. Okay, so your new Master Link here. Take it out of the package. Your new Master Link will come with the X-rings to go back on it, and it also comes with some grease. Don't throw this away. Use this grease. It's there for a reason. So we have our Master Link, our side plate, and our master clip. Then we have our 4 O-rings. We want to open this up, take 2 O-rings out. Take all the O-rings out actually, but you only need to use 2 right now. And we're going to place 2 of them on the Master Link like so. Then we want to open our grease packet right here. Has a little slit where you can slide that across. And we want to put grease on these pins. Doesn't matter if you put it on heavy. Main thing is you get some grease in there. It's going to be kind of a greasy mess, and that's where you people that wear gloves, the gloves might come in pretty handy for this. So once we do that, we're going to take this on the back side and stick the Master Link on with the O-rings like so. So put some grease on this side, that way the X-rings on this side has some grease on them. So we have both X-rings on. We'll take our side plate. We can set the 520 VX3 part to the outside. Stick it on here like so, and it'll hold itself in place for now. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I take a 1/4 nut. You can use a socket if you wanted to. And I take a pair of vice grips, and then I put the 1/4 nut over this. That way it's over the pin. And what we're going to do is press it this way, so it presses the Master Link together, and then do the same on the bottom, because you got to push this on there far enough to get your locking clip on there. And this is the way I've always done it. It's always worked great for me. Some people may have different ways that they think is better, and that's fine. I'll tighten my vice grips up a little bit more here so I can get a little more push. All we got to do is push this in far enough that we clear, and our groove right here is empty for our clip to go in. Like so. Now you can actually check to make sure that you are all the way by taking your Master Link clip, sliding it in here, and make sure it locks. That way we know that we are back plenty far to get it in. So when you install this clip, you want to make sure that the rounded part is toward the front. And the reason for that is if you was to install it this way, these edges could actually catch, whether you catch brush or rock or something, and tear that off because it has something to snag onto. So always make sure the rounded part is toward the front, which is this way. Very simple to install like this. And the same way, some people have different ways of installing this clip. To me, it's very simple to do it like this. I just lock it on one side, push it over like that till I'm clipped in, then I'll just push this side till it locks. Like so. So now we are nice and locked in. One other tip I want to give you is, because we squeeze this plate in real tight, we want to make sure that it's not too tight so our chain does not have a kink spot in it. So I will take my screwdriver and just lightly pull out on the link on top and bottom. That will pull my backing plate out against my clip and free that up so we don't have too much tension on this, and we don't want a stiff spot in our chain. Just like that. You don't want to pull out so hard that you damage anything, but just far enough you pull the plate out so it hits up against the clip, just like that. And we are done with the install, guys. That was very simple. All you need to do now, if your chain is a little bit different, is readjust your chain, because mine was the same exact chain. I didn't have enough wear on it. I don't even have to adjust my chain, so I'm good to go. Okay guys, so that is how you replace your old chain with a brand new D.I.D VX3 X-Ring chain from CRFs only. Check out the link in the description below where you can pick one of these up. Thank you all for watching. Click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Right on.